There's something we need to talk about, and it's not being discussed at all.
Residents in the Olson Creek area battled litigation as
I look on the internet and it's story after story after story. Just go to the past few videos I've been making. The girl, she finds the guy, and once she finds this guy, he end up becoming this crazy person, ending her life. I mean, and there's so much videos I did on this. It just never stops. It keeps going. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what if one of my subscribers run into this guy and they don't know it? So now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking even harder until I found this one case and it stood out.
But whenever you're on a breaking news scene, you don't know what's gonna happen.
In this case, we'll be talking about a girl named Ellie. She was 17 at the time, had a lot ahead of her until she met this guy named Thomas.
This whole case is tragic. You know, the two people involved are in a point in their lives where they've got the whole lives ahead of them.
Now, Thomas is not a guy who she just met. She's been knowing him since the 7th grade. Remember, that's why this story stood out. Since the 7th. Also, they in the most safest town ever. How could have something so crazy could have happened in the most safest town? Safest place. Alice started dating Thomas, and it was her first boyfriend. She's never dated a guy. She's been knowing him for a while. The vibes was right, apparently, because Thomas eventually got the courage to ask Ellie out. Ellie would then come home to her parent and tell her, you know, this guy had asked me out.
One day when she came home from school, oh Mum, my boy's asked me out. And I said, oh, that's nice. Do you know him? How do you know him? Oh, well, he's friends of some of the boys.
The friends knew about him. They knew Ellie wanted him. She gained a crush on him after time went on. So when these two started dating, it really felt like it was only right.
They had been chasing him for a few months before they actually got together. So they had sort of been on and off, or at least been in contact for a while before they actually became an official relationship.
You know how some parents get like that feeling, I don't like him? Well, Thomas started coming to Ellie's house. The dad didn't like Thomas for the simple fact was he was just too quiet.
I wouldn't have paired him with Ellie.
No.
I'd say that they were, to me, just seemed like a mismatch. I couldn't see what she found fun about him, or you know, why she wanted to be with him.
I know that I can be quiet, especially around people that I don't know, but it's just always funny how like when parents be like, I don't like him. I don't know what it is, but I don't like him. Next time y'all parents give y'all that little instinct feeling of not liking someone, you better listen to them. So the parents is just sitting here examining this guy, just like a parent should be. As they looking at them two as a couple, they just notice something. They don't look right together. They look off.
There was no red flags, no warning signs that he was so angry that he was going to come and do what he did, which is what makes him so dangerous.
Now, it was no signs that, okay, this guy is dangerous, he shouldn't be around the daughter, but it was just like the whole vibe of the situation. What people didn't know about Thomas behind closed doors was he had some dark thoughts and he was going through things. I mean, he was going through things, but nobody knew. He kept a smile around everybody.
What's next?
But behind closed door, that smile was there. Nobody couldn't see it but himself. He was good at hiding his feelings, hiding his emotions. So of course, while everybody's around him, he's smiling, but on the inside, they really don't know what's going on at all.
But when we take pictures of people, they're caught off guard. They don't have time to put the mask on. So the eyes look dead and they have this creepy, weird, fake smile, or their eyes will be dead, but then the mouth will do this.
What was confusing though, he really had a lot that he wanted. I'm not saying that because you have a lot that you want, you're not gonna go through things, of course, but it was so stable, it was so great. So for him to do what he's about to do, out of this world. So as some time went on, Ellie wanted to focus on her exams. And she wanted time to study and just, you know, focus on herself. So she would pull away just to focus on herself in school.
And she told me all of her feelings and how she just felt weighed down by him and she didn't want to be with him anymore. But we weren't
alarmed by how he would react to that.
But then Thomas would come all around her when she just really wanted to get her future situated. I mean, this guy really wanted all her time. He was one of them guys that didn't take no for an answer. Now, if you watch my past couple videos, you notice something about the other guys. They couldn't take no for an answer, and they wanted to suffocate her and suffocate her. See the pattern that these guys have? Watch it. Then eventually Ellie breaks up with him.
So she broke up with him the Thursday evening. I remember this is all through social media again, but she was just saying how he was denying it, saying, no, we're not going to break up, like, you don't want this isn't what's good for us, like, we should just stay together.
And of course, Thomas is going through this difficult time, but he don't discuss this with no one. Now, literally, the day when she breaks up with him, the next day, things definitely took a turn. Next day is school time. When Thomas go to the school, he asking for Ellie. Do anybody know where Ellie is? Where's her whereabouts?
Does anyone know where Ellie is? And I think somebody said, I think she's coming in at lunchtime with Ellie Welling because they've got no lessons this morning. She's at home revising.
Thomas left school. He said he felt sick, he couldn't be at school, so he went home. The footage you see now is him leaving the school. He got on a bus because he thought of a plan about murdering the girl, Ellie. So he's on his bus heading home, and the worst thing is about to happen. He changed his clothes. As he was changing his clothes, he thought he was the only one home until he heard a noise downstairs. So he hid. He didn't want his mom to find him. He didn't want his mom to know that he left school. So he sat there, he hid, and he waited for his mother to leave. Once his mother left, he got the car keys and he left. And of course, y'all know where he's going, to Ellie's place. She's not at school right now.
If that was genuine, he would have just stayed on that bus and come through to Calm. Instead, he chose to go home, change his clothes.
When she opened the door, she invites him in. They go to the kitchen. He follows her to the kitchen. As they there for a little bit, they had this argument. So as they was in the kitchen, having this altercation, he got a knife and he did it 13 times. Now 13 times is a lot. The other guy that I talked about in my last video did it 75 times. So as her lifeless body just sitting there, what he do is make up this scene to where it looked like she did it to herself. Of course, Thomas trying to clean all the red stains off. He left and he just hoped that everyone think that she done that to herself. Thomas did have Ellie's phone, used her fingerprint to unlock the phone and texted one of her friends telling her don't come.
To about 11 o'clock, I believe, and I got a message from her saying, don't worry about picking me up, I'm just going to revise from home today, which was quite common for Ellie. I think it didn't alarm me at all. It was very, she hated history.
Time went on, then this guy posted some odd messages on his social media.
I did get a strange message from Tom saying that he'd been self-harming.
He had sent the group chat a message saying, oh, I'm as you all know, me and Ellie aren't together anymore. Going on about that.
Dad comes home, open the door, and he goes to the kitchen. He sees his daughter there. Now, imagine seeing your child laying lifeless on the ground. It took him a few minutes to believe what just happened. And of course, the police then figured out that she didn't do this to herself. But a neighbor seen Thomas walk into her home that day. Gotcha. Police got him and they found these marks on his neck. Signs of someone was being defensive. So what happened? And of course, he was arrested. But you see the patterns? You see what nobody's really talking about? Because remember, you could be in the safest place ever. Another video of a girl that I talked about in a safe town. When she was coming from the club and she was walking along, what happened to her? And it gets scary because it's like she really known him since the 7th grade. She didn't know that he could just... That's why you have to notice the signs. You have to know the sign, because as you can see, all of these cases are similar in a way with these guys. Even if it's a guy that they just met or they've been knowing, it's always similar in some type of way. I was on TikTok and I came across this 911 call. It went extremely viral.
911, what is your emergency?
I just killed my family with a knife. All of them, all 3 of them.
What's your name?
Michael Miller. This isn't a joke.
I'm sorry?
This isn't a joke.
You gotta understand, he don't even know why he done it. We talking about his wife and his kids.
But I'm not myself. I'm possessed.
Is here?
She's on the floor.
Okay, what's her name?
Adriana Miller. I'm not dreaming. Get someone over here.
Okay, they're on the way, Mike. You need to stay on the phone with me, okay?
I seen people was like, yeah, he just had an episode, and when he snapped out of it, he couldn't even believe what he done.
I had really a hard time sleeping. I don't even know why I did it.
It started out with an altercation. I guess with this altercation, it's like the other altercations, a switch turned and they lost it. Now what I wanted to do is search up people about having these episodes, because I was invested in it, because it just blows my mind how someone could just hit a switch and then do something so crazy to a person that they love. And I came across this video. Now I'm not sure if this lady was having an episode, but she was at this doorbell, or stranger, and she was ringing the doorbell, and she kept saying that she was pregnant and she needed help. Her and her boyfriend got into an argument.
He needs to go to the hospital. He needs help. I can't walk anymore. I'll have it outside.
But the lady that was inside did not want to open her door at all. Now, I don't blame her for this. I would have never opened the door either. I'm saying it like that because the comments was like, how could you ever? People are humans. I don't know if y'all know. People like to set people up. Humans. I would have never opened that door. But here's what happened though. She was like, you want me to call the cops? She was like, yeah, I guess, but I'm not getting in the car.
Hello? Hi, hello?
Yes?
I'm so sorry, this is so random, but me and my boyfriend just got in an argument, and I'm like really pregnant, and I think I'm about to have this baby outside. I don't want to have it outside, and I need a ride because I don't have a car or a bike or anything.
No, I'm sorry. You want me to call the cops?
Shit, I don't care, but I'm not going to get in their car.
But then after that, she walks off. Why she didn't wait for the cops to come? Why wouldn't you want to get in a cop car? The cops would have took you to the hospital. They probably one of the safest people that's going to bring you to the hospital. Why have a stranger bring you to the hospital and not the cops? That's why I'm saying I would have never opened the door. You have to connect the fucking dots. Now, I do want to clear up that just because you have an episode, that don't mean it involved in the murder. Different types of episodes, people recording many different types of episodes when I was searching it. The other guy though, he said he was possessed.
I'm not myself. I'm possessed.
Now that's a different type of episode. Alright y'all, that is the end of the video. I know I look like crap right now, don't mind me. This is how I have my hair when I go to sleep. Oh! I don't got the movies for y'all right now. If y'all got movies for me though, leave them in the comments. We almost at 100K. Y'all like the video up. But y'all sleep good. It's nighttime here. I'm out.
I just skirt it off in your whip.